Welcome to Art City Now. This episode we're in St. Joseph, Michigan. Today we're going to look at a marble sculpture by the sculptor Fritz Olsen. So this is the sculpture by Fritz Olsen called Bouquet from 1999. It's marble. I can't get the whole thing in one shot, unfortunately. It's kind of tall. But you can see the top of it is sort of wavy. Now I don't know if this was inspired by this area at all. If you know this area, there's a lot of beaches here, so you know, it feels to me like it maybe was inspired by, you know, the waviness of it was sort of inspired by the area. And if you look sort of in the middle, you've got like what kind of to me looks like the bedding of Lake Michigan, like, you know, the way that the sand at the bottom sort of moves with the waves. It's really quite beautiful. If you look at it on the sides here, you've got these interesting jagged little bits which make you sort of think that, you know, it's marble. I have no idea how anybody could do anything like this, especially the waviness. Like, look how round that is. It's crazy. Now, I'm not one to take artists at their word when they describe their own work, but he says this work was echoing wind, water, and the human form. It represents the elegant energy of nature in motion. I guess so, but I mean, I tend to think that artists don't really, myself included, being an artist, my descriptions of works are never the best. You know what I mean? Like, it's always somebody else's description, like a curator or something else. You can really see how beautiful it is, color-wise as well. It's not just, it's sort of brownish, almost salmon colored in the middle, but like from certain angles when the light hits it, it really is a beauty. Now, there are two things about this that I really like. One, sculpture in general, this comment, like, this thing is heavy, right? It's marble. So the thing I love about sculpture, besides the fact that it's sort of taking up space, like it exists in space, it's a 3D work, right? But the balance of the heaviest elements, it's crazy to me how sculptors have to be, like, I don't know, not just artists, but also like engineers. Like, how are you going to get, if you make this, but you can't get it to balance in a way that it's guaranteed not to fall on anybody and crush them to death, it's not going up. So that's one impressive thing about sculptures, that I think the skill level of being able to get things to balance. That's number one. For this, that's more of a general one, I guess. But in particular, for this one has a very monolithic feel to it, doesn't it? Like, a monolith technically is like a large single upright block of stone, which sort of serves like a pillar or monument. Now, this is marble, clearly. It looks a little bit like stone, the way that it's colored. But it definitely, it's to me, like, a monolith has a character of, you know, being an imposing figure in nature. And of course, when you think of a monolith, at least for me, I always think 2001: A Space Odyssey. I mean, how could you not? And you know, that to me pulls in. For them, the definition of monolith is not just like something serving as a monument. It has to do with extraterrestrial life, and like Arthur C. Clarke's description of it in his series, which is what the movie is based off of, I think. Now, there are a lot of nerds out there who are going to point me wrong, so I'm not going to go too deep into that. But in the series of novels and Stanley Kubrick's film based on these, 3 monoliths are discovered in the solar system by humans, and the response of the characters in their discovery drives the plot of the series, particularly encouraging humankind to progress with technological development and space travel. And in Arthur C. Clarke's Space Odyssey, the monoliths are machines built by unseen extraterrestrial species, sort of, I believe, to sort of warn other species that humans are progressing and to watch out for them. There's something to be watched out for, apparently. To me, that's what this reminds me of. Something, a really good sculpture for me too is also something that's not of this earth, not of this world, and that definitely fits the characteristics here, I think. So if you're ever in St. Joseph, Michigan, you should check this out. It's by the Krasl Center. I think it's part of their permanent collection. You can find them at krasl.org. You can find pictures of this online too. Fritz Olsen's Bouquet, 1999 marble. What a beauty. So that's it for me this week. You can follow us everywhere at Art City Now. I'm not really checking Twitter, but on Instagram for sure. Go on there and give us a follow. Please click that subscribe button. You can like it as well. Please share it with your friends if you can. We're going to be covering Color the Creek Street Art Festival here in a couple weeks, which will have a lot of interviews with the artists working at their sites. So that's going to be fun. So until then, you can find out more info at thisiswhereyouare.com. And I'll see you next week.